All his players have got to do, he said, is concentrate on the ball, forget about what's been going on during the course of that quarter. He wants them back into the game with the ball, the objective. Forget about going for the man.
Yes, thanks, John. I was talking to Michael Malthouse the other day, and he was talking about his affection for Footscray. Well, at the present time, that's being tested on both sides of the fence as we take a look at these numbers, Bernie.
Yes, the stats not really favouring Footscray, although they did have the better of the quarter, even though the West Coast in the end managed to kick 2 goals 6 for the term. So they did have more shots at goal. Footscray's best term, though, when they kicked 4 goals 2 for the term.
No breeze at all. Flags are limp as we start the final term. Footscray with a big deficit, 47 to 104. Rucks go at it. Wind. He's generally won today. Laidley couldn't control it. Lewis, big roar from the crowd as he boots it out towards right half forward. Hines leading in the race out there. Tui in close attendance. He's a master of that, Bernard Tui. Just gets it across the boundary line. We'll have a throw in. And now Lewis talking with the umpire once more, or more particularly the umpire talking with Lewis.
Could be follow-up to what John Rogers said, advising him of a report.
There's always going to be fireworks, especially with McPherson, who is a volatile player, playing on Lewis, another very volatile player.
Langdon, hardly the time to tell him he's been reported, though. I think it may have been there was a bit of a verbal going on between McPherson and Lewis. As a fine mark is taken by McIntosh about 15 metres out. He got the ball from Waters. I was looking back again, a lot of talk going on between the players, but this overshadows all. That's a great mark.
He's done the right thing today, McIntosh. He's put his body in front.
He's taken some good marks.
Well, 8 marks for the day, Pete. He's kicked 3 goals.
Made his debut as a defender, but on the forward line today, he's been invaluable. McIntosh from 20 metres out, stabs at goal and gets it. 16 goals on the board now for the Eagles, 16-14 to 7-5.
It's McIntosh's first goal in the second half. He had 3 goals up to half-time, but he has had better of that duel with Tony Campbell. Tony Campbell has been a very reliable defender for Footscray throughout the year. And you see, he looked out of position again. He's done that on a couple of occasions, McIntosh, where he looked as if he was out of the contest, and he's been able to throw his body around and somehow get back there.
4 goals 2 kicked by Ashley McIntosh so far today. Hepburn wins the ruck duel, can't get it out of the centre circle, and in that location we will once again see about 16-14 plays 7-5. The Eagles again reasserting their supremacy early in this final quarter, getting the first goal after they were outscored 4-2 to 2-6 in the third term. One of course came right on the siren. Hepburn and Wine go at it, knocked away by Cameron. The Eagles have the numbers, but Coleman has the football, looks for Atkins, couldn't find him. And one of the Eagles' men of the moment, Matera, down to Laidley. Over the top to Langdon. He's run out of room. Boundary throw-in between wing and right half forward for the West Coast. And still tempers a little bit frayed out there.
Umpire giving the free to McPherson against Langdon, who grabbed him around the head. So the umpire not having putting up with any nonsense is turned in.
McPherson's an endangered species of it.
Coleman's got the next free kick. Both teams should make the ball the objective. McKenna, who started brilliantly, he really set the Eagles alight in the first quarter. Atkins' hand passes, well, let's say he's given better ones. Laidley, Kemp, hemmed in on the boundary line, tries to get it and does get it to Waterman. Langdon went for the big spec, he couldn't take it, and there was a free kick, a push out. Again, we'll go to Glenn Coleman, same spot.
He jumped early, Langdon, didn't touch the ball, so the free kick had to be paid.
One of Footscray's better players this afternoon, Coleman. McKenna, too good for Grant on that occasion. Great play, this fellow, tremendous ball skills. Very rarely puts in a bad game. Hines, Langdon. Big bad Carl from right centre wing. Steve Wallace got a bad bounce, or it came to him on the half volley. So out it comes to Maloney. Kolonyuk gets underneath it and marks in front of Langdon. Kolonyuk at left half back. Goes in short. The Eagles again had the numbers there, so the option probably wasn't a good one. Hawkins gets it back to Wine, onto Daryn Baxter. Baxter kicks inside 50, Ballantyne in front, Lamb at the back, Grant, Lamb backs up well. He's got plenty of support too, and Mainwaring should be able to run the ball well out of the fence.
Whoops, left it behind.
Free kick.
And White was pushed in the back, and they were very lucky there, the West Coast Eagles. Very lucky.
Very spongy surface, this one here, Dennis, at Subiaco. A lot of couch grass on it, makes it difficult to bounce the ball.
White to Kemp. To Waters, who's been a very valuable player since half-time in particular. Runs through the middle. Kicks towards half-forward. Good kick. Langdon, good mark. Now Langdon inside the centre square. 16-14 to 7-5. Pops it out wide. Waterman's got it. He's back on the left foot now. Long kick. Where's McIntosh? There he is. Got hands to it. Couldn't hang on. There's a way of finding the ball in those packs. Baxter's kick not good coming out. Matera, he can get around Cameron. He can score. He pulls it back. He hasn't kicked a goal. It's a minor. 16-15 to 7-5. Blistering speed again there from Peter Matera. Well, Footscray clawing their way back in that third term, but I get the feeling now the charge may have finished. It's a very good kick. Delray, left half back.
He's just come back on too.
Nothing to kick to, though. It's all Eagles down the ground. Coleman the target. You need to mark it. Jakovic over the top. That was a terrific mark. And those Eagles I was talking about spread and come away with the ball. Worsfold kicks towards half forward. Lewis in from the side. Everybody flying there. McPherson, hurried kick out. Matera goes back. And he'll pump it back in once more.
He's a good player to watch, isn't he, Dennis? Matera.
Exciting.
Very exciting.
Very exciting today. McIntosh, one of his many marks. Not as spectacular as some taken early. Hines this time takes the mark.
Yes, those two players combining very well. McIntosh has been a real handful for Tony Campbell.
Hines has kicked one goal in the first quarter, second quarter, I think it came at the other end. This time he gets one behind, so his tally for the day is 1 goal, 1. David Hines. 16-16. He started on the bench today. Under 19 minutes left of this match as Tony Campbell kicks in, this time going straight up the ground. He's kicked in well today, plenty of distance with that kick. One exception, of course, which he wouldn't need reminding about. Wine. And Danny Delray. As I said, just back on the ground. Hand pass over the head of Cameron. Liberatore fumbles. He doesn't do that very often. Still good enough to get his get the hand pass away. Mark to Maloney. Collier out positioned by Kemp. Ball spills free close to goal. Collier tries to get a kick out of it. He's got assistance from Hawkins. The Eagles able to tie it up.
That ovation, Pete, for Brett Heddy. He's been replaced by Troy Ugle. 7 goals to Brett Heddy. Magnificent display. 6 in the first half and really set up the win for the Eagles.
7 goals, 3. He's kicked, yes, 4 coming in the first quarter, actually. So we have a bounce. Plenty of players around the ball. Won by Coleman. Applies a tackle on Waterman. Out it comes to Kemp, who kicks to space on the outer side. The race out here. Langdon gets there first. Good shepherd by Worsfold. Over the top to Waters. Now inside the centre square. Again aided by a good shepherd. He goes straight down the ground towards half forward Hines and McIntosh. They combine. McIntosh over the top. McPherson's there. Overruns the ball. And the Bulldogs through Campbell will be able to clear it. Campbell with a high bomb up towards midfield. At the fall of the ball was Liberatore. Bounces just inside 50. Ballantyne. White. For support, he's got it down there too high as the tackle. The advantage is paid to the Eagles. And let's see what Matera can do this time. 2 bounces. Will he have 3? He does. A little bit of indecision. Well clear for McIntosh again, right on the boundary.
Well, I think it's Jakovic down with cramp in the left calf. Treated by 3 trainers.
Ugle, in the meantime, has taken the short pass. Not really much closer to goal, but the angle is a trifle better. for Ugle has kicked 1-1 so far today. He's now kicked 2-1.
At last, Noosa Waters are proud to announce the release of their newest and most exciting waterfront land from only $135,000. That's right, now from only $135,000. Waterfront land in Noosa is becoming very rare and prices are expected to rise 20% over the next 12 to 18 months. Hurry, Noosa Waters' latest land release will not last at these prices.
Noosa Waters.
1760 to 7-5. You saw the time remaining as Wine slaps it wide. Waters again. Almost got the ball out of the centre yet again. Liberatore gives it away. Langdon booting towards half forward. Tui with the run. Got a fist on it. Langdon sends it back the other way. Baxter a fist. Wine in trouble. Shrugs a tackle. Gains about 30 metres with an ordinary looking kick. Laidley waiting behind. He's played with great gusto this afternoon. Emerging with the ball is Coleman. Swings it out wide. In front is Hawkins. He's been the master of Waterman, particularly since half-time. Hawkins in short. Collinook on the lead. Has marked inside the 50. He'll kick from right on. He'll take a good kick from here. Kemper's done a good job on Collinook. Collinook goes in short. Mansfield takes the mark. Some lax marking there. Not so much by Waterman. His man was Hawkins, but Mansfield running down, I think, off Mainwaring.
They will be favoured by the angle, Dennis. Left footer, Matty Mansfield coming in. What will be Footscray's first score for the final quarter.
Recruited from Tasmania. Good looking kick. Pins back. It's close. It's a goal. Nice kick. So inside the last 15 minutes of this game, Footscray post their 8th goal. They're 8-5. And the West Coast Eagles are 17-16.
An inquiring look at the goal umpire there from Guy McKenna. It certainly looked as if it went on the wrong side from this angle too. Pete, what did you think of that kick of goal?
I thought it was a goal, Bernie, actually.
Oh, fair enough. Well, the goal umpire in good position, but Guy McKenna certainly had a few words to say about that kick of goal.
I don't think it's going to alter the result. 1 iota. 53 plays 118. Under 15 minutes left in the match. Wind has done particularly well at the centre bounces. Loses that one out. Lamb. Mansfield. Grant overruns it. Maloney, well tackled, might get a second chance. Atkins, though, chips in. Collingwood marks. And within kicking distance.
Yes, he's been pretty well held today, Steve Collingwood. 6 goals last week. Very damaging forward when he has some space, but Kemp, who's had the job on him today, has played him very close.
Well, the Eagles have manned up well. Right from the first bounce today, Collingwood from 40 metres out directly in front. Judging by the silence of the crowd, it's a goal. Steve Collingwood kicks his second and adding some respectability to the Footscray total. 9-5-59. So we watch that in replay. Maloney's hand pass, not particularly good. Atkins, good chip.
Yeah, clever kick by Simon Atkins. Always in control, didn't panic. Just went for a little chip pass to Steve Collingwood. 1 goal in the second quarter. Now 1 in the last quarter.
So it's 59 plays 118, 14 minutes left in this match. The Eagles getting a lead of over 50 points in the first quarter, and they've managed to hang on to that. Hines looking fresh after starting on the bench today. Long bomb up towards McIntosh, who looked for a free kick. The umpire didn't give him one. Tui gets cannoned into, the ball shuffled out of the pack, and Hines again. A great follow-up effort has taken the mark. So things going right for the West Coast today. See who hacked that out of the pack.
I thought that could have been a free kick there against Ugle. Cannon into the back of Bernard Tui. Hines did well. He did the ruck work, did the roving as well, and then drove it 55 metres into that full forward area.
So David Hines for his second goal. And he's missed that to the right. Registering only 1 behind. His tally for the day, 1 goal, 2.
Campbell has kicked well today. It's no exception. Wind, strong mark. 17-17 to 9-5. Less than 13 minutes remaining. Wind towards half forward. Well done again by Hepburn, directing it down to Kemp. Kicks towards half forward. They've got the numbers, Footscray, but no one stayed down. Eventually it ricochets across to Hines, who's showing great mobility at the present time. And he uses the ball well and finds Djakovic. Djakovic marking just inside the 50.
He's up there for a rest, Dennis, after that little bout of cramp.
Not the place to go, really. The forward line this afternoon for a rest. So Djakovic.
Coleman coming off and Peter Foster coming back on.
Coleman's tried hard. Djakovic likes his chances from here. He's bending back. Not quite the carry. Off hands. McIntosh at the second attempt. Coming out backwards. Ugle. Back over his head. Lewis back to back with McPherson. Neither of them touched it. McIntosh comes back in. McPherson clears the zone, at least temporarily. Mark is held by Hines.
It's been the trouble this afternoon. So many of the Footscray kicks have had to been hurried kicks around the corner when they've been under pressure. And most occasions they fall into the arms of the West Coast Eagles.
Well, Lewis is very wide, as you can see, right on the boundary line, having marked the short pass from Hines. He's the sort of player who can thread this one through. He'll take a very good kick. Chris Lewis played well today. Comes back too early and goes through for a behind. The Eagles are 17-18. Footscray 9-5. Impressive performance today by the West Coast Eagles. Terry Wheeler, his third season as coach. He's won 26, lost 24 now, and drawn 1.
Good mark taken by Stanfield. Stanfield at right half back. The bench warmers early for the Scraggers today. His kick, not a long one. Good mark for Waterman. Waterman at the back of the pack. Now under Guy McKenna. And he really has made a difference to their defence. Mainwaring taken over by Wind. And he's really buried him in that tackle. And again, Tepper's becoming a little bit frayed right next to the interchange area on centre wing. Certainly has been a bruising affair. Rucks lock arms. Langdon taps it down. Atkins for Danny Delray. Looks for options. The best one is Atkins. Hepburn at the back. Cameron. Maloney underneath it. Laidley could set something up here. Waterman on his own. Not the best hand pass to White. And Footscray through Ballantyne. Bends it back a long way. That's not a bad sort of a kick, and he's put it through for a goal.
Tonight on 7 Nightly News.
A gunman holds Caboolture police at bay for more than 2 hours before surrendering. A wreath-laying ceremony off Townsville to mark the Battle of the Coral Sea. The search for victims of Hong Kong's flash floods, and Liverpool crushes the hopes of Sunderland in the FA Cup.
Full details of today's top stories on 7 Nightly News.
Amaru hots up for the big tussle, with Longhurst BMW fighting the power of the mighty Nissans. Holdens and Fords all setting a cracking pace. Today on 7.
So 10 goals 5 to Footscray, trailing the Eagles 17 goals 18. Liberatore out of the centre. Brownlow medalist kicks inside 50. Which way will it bounce? And for the Bulldogs to again perhaps get another one, as the ball is tapped away by Ballantyne. White was there. Hawkins, who's done well after half-time, gets it back from Liberatore. Long hand pass. Mansfield dragged off it. Dwayne Lamb, the tagger for Liberatore today. Kemp kicks the ball around his body up towards midfield. Hines does well to get it to Lewis. Involved in that altercation just before three-quarter time. Hines doing well in this last quarter. And Hines goes for the short pass and finds Troy Ugle.
Ugle wants to play on. Smothered by McPherson. Well done, but it comes back to Lewis, who goes in short to Hines. He could almost play on. Instead, he gets it across to Ugle. 45 metres out. He measures it. He kicks. And it's straight. The Eagles get their 18th goal, 18-18 to 10-5.
Well, they've had all the answers, haven't they? The Eagles, 3 goals there to Troy Ugle, 7 goals to Heady, 4 goals to McIntosh, and 2 goals to Matera. But the player that's doing a bit of damage in this last term has been Hines playing in the ruck, with Djakovic having a spell in the forward pocket after suffering a bout of cramp. Hines has got plenty of run in his legs.
126 to 65 inside the last 9 minutes. Hines and Wine. The latter wins it down. Atkins goes off the ground, taken by Laidley, who took a while as long as he kicked. Wobbles through the centre. Liberatore attentive that time. Atkins couldn't control it. Wine. Foster favoured by the kick. Coming up, Hawkins does well. Collinhook from 50 metres out fires. Good looking effort from there, just missed. Minor score 10-6 to 18-18. Will clear comes belatedly. Mr. Collinhook, leading goal scorer for Footscray this season, started the day with 18. He's added 2.
2 goals, 1 to be precise. That was his first behind. Waterman taking his second mark of the final quarter. Waterman from, well, just up from the back pocket. Looks for Hines. He must have had close to about 10 possessions in this quarter. He's really done well. Certainly fresh legs help. It's really warm today for this time of the year. Maloney. Foster, who's had a stint on the bench, gets clear of Kemp, but only just. He was pressured as he kicked, and that brought the error. So if it were tennis, it would be a forced error from Foster. Kemp did well. Foster with Hepburn. Foster over the top, didn't hit it very far. Lewis is there. Tackled by Collinhook, and that brought the error from him. Matera, what can he do? Well, good tackle, Liberatore. When he tackles them, they stay tackled. That's out of bounds. Turley snaring it right on the line. Boundary throw in to follow. Hepburn again with Wine. Steve McPherson. Ballantyne, big leap, come down with the football. Atkins grabbed when not in possession. The umpire says play on. Ballantyne hooks it high, not too long, just away by Waterman. Mainwaring has the run. Hawkins tackles him. He's pinned him, looks for holding the ball. Don't think he'll get it. Things interesting in those clinches today. But a bounce, 40 metres out from goal. Umpire Peter Carey to put it down. Hepburn hooks it back. Mansfield a shot at goal. That is an absolute shocker. Out of bounds on the full. Not too much opposition either.
Get another kick, I think.
Yes, I think he is too, Dennis.
You're right.
He was kicking on his non-preferred foot, which is his right foot. Very heavy bandaging on his left arm, which he broke in that Foster's Cup match against Melbourne pre-season.
Ball coming back. So Mansfield will have another shot. He's kicked 1 goal today.
Not bad stats, Pete. 19 kicks, 7 marks, 3 handballs in a losing side.
Well, he's been busy. Matthew Mansfield, 40 metres out on his left foot. And that's a better kick, and it's a goal. He gets his second.
At Midas, we're so confident about our exhaust workmanship, we'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the repairs, we'll refund all labour costs. You still get Midas-trained experts, a written no-obligation quote, and top-quality parts. The Midas money-back guarantee. 100% satisfaction, or we'll refund all labour costs. When we make a commitment, believe it. And believe this. For exhaust brakes and shocks, nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
The margin is 54 points. There's the time remaining as the Rucks go at it. Wind again. McPherson has done a pretty good job hooking down towards half forward. Push on McKenna, no free kick. Liberatore over the ball, shovels it out. Waters swings it out wide. Now a task for Cameron chasing Matera. Matera's got it. Thought about hand passing to his own advantage. Well played by Cameron. Got the angle on him. Langdon back to Matera though. Matera down the outer side. Goes looking for McIntosh. Campbell in front this time. 5.5 minutes remaining. Campbell up from the back pocket towards the wing. Stanfield in front. Langdon from behind. It runs to Collinhook. Stanfield's got it. Forward of the wing now. Finds Foster. Full credit to Footscray. They've run this game out.
Can't afford to give starts though, Dennis, can you, like that?
Oh no. Foster, centering kick, not the best option. Knocked away by Mainwaring, and this is Laidley. Swings it out wide. Worsfold. Good mark. Cast in the role of a forward today, and he's done pretty well. Certainly prepared to run around, present himself. Waterman back to Worsfold. On the wing, John Worsfold down towards half forward. McIntosh, body to body, clever mark. Ashley McIntosh. Ugle offers the lead. Good looking kick too. Ugle takes it. What a clever kick.
And a hard mark, that one, Dennis, looking to the sun.
Ugle pops it out wide, and Hines has got it. And he's about 40 metres from goal.
Geez, he had some possessions in this quarter. 10 kicks, 2 handballs, and I'd venture to suggest at least 80% of those would have come in this term.
He's been able to run off Scott Wine in this last quarter. Of course, Scott Wine's rucked for the entire 4 quarters for Footscray on this very big oval.
And done a good job. Kick is off target. Might be a behind. And it is by David Hines. His tally 1 goal, 3 for the day. 18-19 to 11-6. As the clock ticks down to under 4 minutes, Tony Campbell to kick in. One part of his game that has been pretty good today. And Wine stands his ground well. Tall fellows don't get any shorter, even though the game gets older. Del Rey moves it to Stanfield. Good use of the body down there by, was that Mitchell White? Not a good kick though. Kicked it straight to Grant. Grant at right half forward. Looks for options. Measures the kick well. He's found Maloney. Maybe too far out to score from there. In fact, certainly too far out to score. It's a wrestle in the goal square. Hepburn tried to tap it through. And the ball rushed through for only 1 behind. 11-7 now to Footscray. 3 minutes left in this match. Guy McKenna will bring the ball back. The group of injured players that has made a big difference to this Eagles combination. Wind in front, nearly takes yet another mark. Grant, Waters, Mainwaring, swinging onto the left foot and effectively to get it back to the centre wing position. Fans looking for a free kick to Turley, and he's going to get one. Baxter makes him go and get the football. Craig Turley, kick number 10 for him. Into half forward. McIntosh was the target. Stanfield. Langdon chasing him, but he won't catch him. His kick up towards right centre wing, a marking contest there, but the ball slapped over the boundary line in front of Grant, and we will see a boundary throw in. 2.5 minutes left.
18-19 to 11-7. Wind behind Atkins towards half forward. Hangs in the air a long time. Waterman and Hawkins. Kemp in trouble. Liberatore had him. Holding the ball, says the umpire.
Good decision, Pete, because Kemp was in control of the ball, and when Liberatore applied that tackle, he just let it go.
Liberatore, long attempted goal. And going back, Hepburn. Michael Malthouse, who started a career as a radio breakfast announcer on Wednesday. He'll be good company tomorrow morning, I bet. Been under pressure a bit this week as Matera paddles it towards the boundary line. Oh, brilliant stuff. Marvellous skills. All with intent there. Peter Matera running to half forward. Spears the pass in. McIntosh on the lead. McIntosh goes short. Jakovich. Well, they're finishing as they began, in style, the West Coast Eagles. Marvellous searching run around the outer side by Peter Matera.
He's down with cramp 2 at the moment, Dennis. But he's been a great player for the Eagles today, Peter Matera.
2 goals as well.
Jakovich.
Yeah, good stats, aren't they?
He was very strong early, Jakovich at centre-half back.
Good tactics, that, playing Jakovich and Hepburn from centre-half back.
Hepburn's a real bonus today. Jakovich from 40 metres out. It's a goal. The Eagles get their 19th. It's 19-19 to 11-7.
Well, there's no doubt, Dennis. I think they're back as a force, the West Coast Eagles, if they can keep all their best players on the ground. They've suffered badly from injuries this year.
Big game next week against Carlton, isn't it?
Very big game, especially over there in Melbourne, Princess Park, I think the game is. But if they can get Sumich back into the side, and Heady doing well, they've certainly got the players. And the midfielders, their on-ballers are, well, the best bunch you're probably ever likely to see at the moment.
Yeah, some heartening signs for the Eagles this afternoon, but of course the Bulldogs came here on top. I'm sure they'll find some form in the near future. They played some good football this season, but they got shanghaied this afternoon at the start as they come forward again. Valentine touched it down, comes to Foster, he snaps and misses. Well, Hawkins was outside him, and probably the ball should have been popped over the top.
I think the doubt in Foster's mind, Dennis, was that the player was going to stay off him when he saw that the hand pass could have been on. So the player, the West Coast Eagles defender, putting some doubt into Foster's mind.
11-8 to 19-19.
Hepburn kicks to the centre wing position as the clock ticks down to the final siren. Atkins back to Baxter. Langdon buries him, but too high. But there is the siren, and the Eagles have run out convincing winners here this afternoon, winning 19-19, 133, defeating Footscray 11-8, 74. You can't give starts in football, and Footscray were just overrun in that first quarter when the Eagles kicked 8-6 to 1 behind, and although they did fight back in the third term when they outscored the West Coast 4-2 to 2-6, the gap was too great. 65 points at half-time just proved insurmountable, and the West Coast this afternoon, there's temper still a little bit frayed out there as players come off the ground. They were too strong, the West Coast, and again here, that Subiaco are going to be very hard to beat for the remainder of the 1992 season. As we said, if they can keep all their good players out on the ground, because good players, Bernie, are hard to replace, aren't they?
Yeah, certainly. And Sumich, of course, hasn't had much impact this year with suspension, and injury.
But what a replacement McIntosh was today.
McIntosh was magnificent, kicking 4 goals, 2 at full forward. But the player who was magnificent and set up the victory, Brett Heady, kicking 6 goals in the first half, 7 for the match, 7 goals 3, and in the end he went off and had a spell. But their group of midfielders, they really did the job, set up the victory. Matera magnificent on the wing as well.
Peter Matera just kept running all day. Let's go down to John Rogers on the boundary.
Yeah, I got Scott Waters with me, fellas. Scotty, that was a lot better.
Yeah, mate, you can tell by the crowd there's a bit better feeling after this one, but gives us something to look forward to next week now.
Congratulations on your own game. You were happy with it?
Yeah, I was, mate. I was. A bit of work to do, but it was a step forward.
What's caused the turnaround, Scotty, from the previous week's form to what you showed today?
We just had a red-hot go, mate. That's what footy's about, I think. From when we run out, we just weren't going to lose today.
OK, Scotty, thanks for talking to us. Go and enjoy the celebration.
Right, thank you, John. Speaking to Scott Waters, repeating the final score at Subiaco, the West Coast 19-19, 133, defeating Footscray 11-8, 74. We'll take a break from Subiaco. Back with more in just a moment.
Tonight, he led them admirably, as did